Yeah, and I just found out this new news. This is some great news for gun owners and people who revere the Second Amendment and are constitutionalists. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals overturned a law that was passed by an assembly person down here in LA County that banned open carry. He banned open carry. I forget his name. He banned it back in like 2014 or some around there, and that's when I stopped open carrying. I open carried for all through the early 2000s up until whenever this law went into effect in 2014. In fact, I was at Starbucks one day after the law went into effect. The LAPD drove by and he stopped, rolled the window down. He said, "Alex, you better not have that gun on you." that new law just went into effect. I was like, "Nah, I ain't got it on me." Just the other day, that law has been struck down. Reversed.
A federal appeals court says the state law banning the open carry of firearms is unconstitutional. The law would have banned open carry in counties with more than 200,000 people here in California. The judge, a Donald Trump appointee, said the law didn't stand under a ruling from the Supreme Court. It requires firearm restrictions to be consistent with the nation's historical tradition of firearm regulations. State Attorney General Rob Bonta's office said in a statement that options are being considered and, quote, "We are committed to defending California's common sense gun laws," end quote.
So we can open carry now in California.
You know, you just brought something to my mind, bro. Okay, I'm not paying attention to them gun laws like that, right? And I remember hanging out years ago, maybe '06 or between '06 and '09, and the homie from Peru, because wherever he worked at, he dressed like the business attire. He had a holster and a gun on his hip. And I'm like, man, what's wrong with this dude? Like, but I thought I'm like, he must be stupid, but okay, it's making sense now.
Yeah. In fact, let me just pull up an article. Let's educate the folks out there. Here's an article from CNN. California ban on open carry ruled on open carry guns is unconstitutional. Court rules. It says here that the U.S. Appeals Court ruled that California's ban on open carrying firearms in most parts of the state was unconstitutional. A panel of the San Francisco-based Ninth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals sided 2-1. Wow, that was a very small vote. I guess only 3 judges voted on this. They sided 2-1 with a gun owner in ruling that the state's prohibition against open carry in counties with more than 200,000 people violated the United States Second Amendment to keep and bear arms. So that means about 95% of the population of California, which has had some nation's strictest gun control laws, live in counties of that size. So 95% of the population will get their gun rights back. Judge Lawrence Van Dyke, who was appointed by Republican President Trump, said the Democratic-led state's law could not stand under U.S. Supreme Court's 2022 landmark gun rights ruling. That decision, New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, issued by the court 6-3 conservative supermajority, and established a new legal test for firearm restrictions. The test said that they must be consistent with the nation's historical tradition of firearm regulation. So basically, the open carry ban is not consistent with the rest of the nation's right to bear arms. So
basically, if you got a permit to own a gun, you could carry it outside. Now,
there's certain rules. You have to know how to open carry. There's certain rules you got. You can't have it loaded. So you have to have the magazine
in a box.
Or no, you can have it in your pocket. But you can't have it loaded in the gun, which is it's all, even open carry is ridiculous, right? Because the gun can't be loaded.
Okay.
So I've had it many times. I've had the LAPD pull up on me and say, "Is that gun loaded?" I said, "What you think, man?" So what you got to do is you got to let them check. So you put your hands up, you let them remove the gun out of the holster, they check it, and then they put it back in the holster. Because, you know, you get in a situation and they get scared, they're going to shoot you. So immediately, if you're open carrying in California and the police pull up on you, just put your hands up, let them check it, and then they'll put it back in your holster. That's legal. That's not a violation.
So there's no reason for a CCW no more.
CCW, you can have it loaded. So it is a reason. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to have it loaded, the CCW allows you to keep it loaded.
Okay.
Yeah. Open carry does not allow you to keep it loaded. So what I just do is I have a magazine in my pocket. I got a magazine in the glove box. I got a magazine in the back seat. All of them loaded, ready to go. 10 of them full. And that's another thing. We only allow, can you believe this one? You probably already know this. We talked about it before. You can only have 10 bullets in a magazine in Cal. That's another rule that happened about 15 years ago. Because maybe you might be too young for this, but you probably know that some guns can carry 15.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course I know that.
And I know people walking around right now with guns that carry 15 in them.
I don't carry 30.
Yeah, well, now you're talking about extended magazines. But I'm just talking about regular magazines. 15 in it, one in the chamber, you got 16.
Right.
And after a shooting that happened some years ago, some stupid lawmaker said 16 is too many for a firearm. So they actually, Smith & Wesson and all these companies make guns just for California. So they can only have 10 in them.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
It is. It's ridiculous.
I guess they trying to make sure ain't no mass shootings going on.
Yeah, and like that's going to prevent a mass shooting. And most of the gun owners and experts say this is one of the dumbest laws ever written. And I'm not sure if there's other states that have copied this. Maybe somebody out there could let us know. Is California the only state that reduces their magazines to 10? So what gun owners do now, instead of buying 1 or 2 magazines, we buy 3 or 4 now.
Right.
You know, they're making a little bit more money off of each of these magazines, but F it. I'm not just going to have, I'm going to have them spread all over, you know. But I was so happy to read this the other day.
No, that's cool. Shit leaning in our way.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? Now all we need is just stand your ground law out here, and we be good.
Well, good luck with that, because all our lawmakers are anti all that stuff. It takes the courts to overturn some of these ridiculous lawmakers. I wish I knew the name of the law. I tried to look it up the other day. I couldn't find it. I want to call his ass out. I'll call his ass out next week. The lawmaker who banned open carrying wants to get people like me in trouble. It's only, for me, it's a misdemeanor.
Yeah, but you don't need none of that.
Nah, I'm not trying to go to jail for no BS.
Right.
I'll be in look. I was in Ralph's one time, open carrying at the old Ralph's that was on Crenshaw and what's that, Stocker?
Right.
I was in there open carrying. Motherfucker got paranoid, scared.
There was a Rouse right there.
Is it Stocker with the Shell gas?
I think
Where's the Shell gas station on Crenshaw? Is that
it was a Shell on Crenshaw. Manchester, one on Slauson.
No, I'm
Slauson.
No. More north.
No, I can't think.
Yeah, that's Stocker or Rodeo. No, it's Rodeo.
Yeah, Rodeo.
Rodeo. I'm sorry.
The liquor bank was on Stocker.
The liquor bank's on Stocker. The Shell gas station's on Rodeo. There used to be a Ralph's there, but they tore it down for the train station. There was a Ralph's in there. There was a Rite Aid. There was my cleaners. Cameo Cleaners used to be in there. And there was a donut shop. So that Ralph's, one time I was in there, open carrying, minding my business, doing my grocery shopping. What do the Ralph's people do? Call the police. We got a guy lurking. He's lurking around the store. Got the 911 call on that. They was just lying on me. I was just in there shopping. They came up. They checked me out. Everything was cool. And they were shocked. Like, oh, we didn't know that he can do that. Yeah, it was legal. Now it's back legal, so I'll be back in your market.
I'm gonna keep it clean. No. I don't think open carry should be allowed at markets, bro.
Well, I think a market can't. I'm not sure. Some private places can tell you not to.
Yeah, I don't think that should be allowed to have a clip in your pocket and a gun right here.
But what's the point? I'm walking. So you willing to walk out the store to your parked car unsafe?
Man, bro, listen. I'm not comfortable with my daughter walking around the grocery store with her mother and it's some dude with a gun just belling around picking up tomatoes. No, hell no. I'm not. No, walk down the street or you know what I'm saying?
Well, you should see how they open carry like in Texas with rifles.
No, I know the deal.
They got rifles over their back with the straps walking around. You know, fully automatic ones. I think they're fully automatic. No, they might not be fully automatic, but straight rifles.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to look deeper into these laws and the clause. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but California is definitely scared of guns. Your sentiment is the way a lot of people feel. So here's what happens. Then I'm only able to open carry in certain places because I already can't go to the park. There's a rule against that. Can't open carry in any park. I don't know. Can't open carry within a school. If there's a school within a certain amount of feet or yards, can't open carry there. So there's already a whole bunch of restrictions in California where you can and where you can't open carry.